Good morning. I am Dr. Chandrasekhar Ranade, ENT surgeon from Ahmedabad. My purpose of making this video clip is especially for the medical students who find it extremely difficult to remember whatever is read. Books which were about 35 years back, which were quite thin, are now big fat volumes, and it is extremely difficult to remember all these things, whatever is there in the medical textbooks. So, to recapitulate my previous mind map of what we saw in the previous video clipping, here is a mind map about mind mapping. What is a mind map? Why should we mind map? Where, when, how, and for whom it is meant? It is basically meant for those people who are ambitious and who want something extra in life by way of time, energy, and credit. It may be academic, financial, and social. My purpose of doing mind maps, especially for medical education, was realized somewhere in 2010 after having attended a workshop in mind mapping conducted by Dharmendra Rai in Mumbai. That was when I felt that this was my inner call and this is the purpose for which I am born. After having read for 2 years various books on mind mapping by Tony Buzan, I eventually sat down one fine Sunday in the first week of January 2010 and started making the mind maps. I copied some and I made some of my own, and then again copied and again made my own mind maps. My purpose of doing my goal for that year was to make 100 mind maps by the end of 30th December 2010, but I completed 100 mind maps in the first 6 months by 30th June itself. So that was quite an achievement for me and the first time that I did something which I was satisfied. After having seen the various video clippings on mind mapping for medical students, I found that all of them talked a lot and some of them did not show a single mind map even for half an hour. This irritated me, and as you know, time changes faster and our attention span is very less. If we don't get anything in the first 10 seconds, then we usually switch off. So here is a mind map which I made after having done mind maps, hundreds of them in 2 years that I was in Gujarat Adani Institute of Medical Sciences. I went through all the textbooks in the library and then eventually found 6 types of images that if one focuses, one can master whatever is given in the textbooks. So the first group usually is of the whole human body and the various systems. This is very important because many of the textbooks contains a lot of text, but when this image is there in your mind, in your brain, then it is much easier to recollect. So besides the gross, there is the microscopic or the schematic diagrams of the cells and microscopic structure of the cell. The second group is of tables. 35 years back in the medical textbooks, all these diagrams were in black and white. It is now that they are beautifully colored and made. So we have lots of tables, and that is a second group. Third group is of the various graphs that are there. So ECG, ENG, EMG, all these graphs are there. It is quite difficult to make a head or tail of these and we forget. But when you draw them with colors, then it is much easier to remember them. Fourth group is of all the various cycles that are seen in the biochemistry, the physiology, pharmacology textbooks. So when you may draw diagrams in color, it becomes much easier. Otherwise, they all look the same. The fifth group is of photographs. Photographs of patients, photographs of CT scans, MRIs, and of the ultra microscopic photographs of the tissues, of the cells. The sixth group consists of a miscellaneous where I have put in images of chemical structure and formulae. So it makes it easier. Once you draw these, it becomes easier to identify it the next time. Of course, this is with making more and more mind maps, then this mind map will become much more refined. I hope this is quite a leader for all those medical students who are looking forward to making good mind maps and remembering them so they can answer their exams more effectively and have more fun. Thank you.